Hello and welcome to my channel where we discuss the Power Platform. In today's episode, we're going to have a look at my approach to how I build demos, or we can call them proof of concepts, or pre-sales work. Now, this is typically when we are going out and showcasing the ability of the Power Platform to meet a business need, but also showcasing the technical aspects of the Power Platform. So really showing off the ability both from a business standpoint of view and from a tech standpoint. Now, I tried to break this down into these four areas. This works for me. This isn't a guide to how to build a demo. These are just things to think about. So I'm going to walk through these in a bit more detail, but in general, this is what I do. I draw some pictures. I'll explain what that means. I create some sort of schema. So this is the data model that actually sits behind a solution that I'll be making. I'll create the tech. So I'll actually go in and do the development, and then I'll tell the story. Now, what do I mean when I say draw some pictures? Well, I always like to start from some wireframes. So this is how the different components will look. And sometimes you may get some wireframes from, say, a business analyst or from the business itself, but quite often you do need to draw them yourself. I would then think about the user experience. So, well, we've got these wireframes, but how does the user actually go through this journey? And how does it meet the business requirements? So I'll think about that. And then I'll also make sure that I have a think about the UI beforehand. Now, quite often when we're doing delivery in projects, we might actually do the UI a little bit later. But with a POC or a small demo, I like to do it beforehand, as I have got a limited time to build this, and I want to have that UI thinking done previous to actually building, so that I do the build in one go, as it were. Now, the next thing is creating a schema. So this is the data model. So with everything that we build, there's some kind of data going in and out or being shown as we are working in the Power Platform, and a lot of the different solutions, of course, touch on data. So I usually start from an Excel document. I don't use anything else fancy there, and I just start creating tables and data types, and essentially I would then go back to either the business or within my delivery team to figure out if that's the right thing we want to show. Then I'll think about the relationships between the tables and actually now creating more of a schema. And then I'll choose a Dataverse and of course go ahead and build that out. Now I've only put SharePoint and Dataverse there, so quite often when doing demos, I usually pick between one of these essentially, and depends on a number of things. So are there licenses available? So do I need to choose SharePoint if there aren't any licenses? Or do I want to showcase the abilities of Dataverse? Now, you may, of course, pick some different data sources depending on what your client needs, but in theory, or in general, this kind of works for me. Then, the fun part, not that the other parts weren't fun, we get to create the tech. So here I'm really trying to showcase the Power Platform and which parts of the Power Platform I can show. So quite often I might get a demo request for a Power App, but actually I want to do Power BI as well. I think it's right for me to do that and to showcase the abilities. So don't shy away from pulling in other parts of the platform and use your imagination here. And that brings me on to engaging with these tools. Within these tools, so we might want to show the movement between an app and a report and a chatbot, but we don't need to actually call them a Power App when we actually do the delivery. So think about that when you're building as well. So here's an app and here's a report. And test. Although it's a demo, we want to make sure that it works correctly. So when I'm producing the tech, I'll try and make my tech as simple as possible, don't overcomplicate things, and make sure everything works. And it now brings me on to telling the story. We need to take our users on a journey, so put yourself in those shoes, in the user's shoes. Make it engaging, have some fun. This is a demo, it doesn't need to be super serious. So anywhere that you can add a little bit of color, something a bit out there, go ahead and do it, and think about questions. So I always tailor my delivery and my demo when I'm doing it, depending on the feel and the vibe that I get from the room. So if there are certain questions that are coming up, I might change my demo slightly. And the best way to obviously do that is to practice your demo with other people as well and see what comes out as you practice it. I hope that was useful. I hope that's helped you in some way. Thank you.